The Proteas have put in a remarkable first innings performance against Sri Lanka, bundling out the Sri Lankans for 133 runs in 37.2 overs. I'm joined by Garen Lamley from Sport 24 to recap the first innings action. Garen, you were up this morning. Sri Lanka, for the toss. Sri Lanka won its chose to bat. I'm sure your heart went, ugh.
Indeed, it was, because everyone, ahead of the match, were worried about South Africa having to bat second. We've never won a knockout match at a World Cup batting second before. So AB flicked the coin, Angelo Matthews called heads, it was heads. He had no hesitation in batting. I think AB's heart sunk a little bit as well, even though he put up a brave face when interviewed saying, he probably would have batted first, but he doesn't mind batting second. But handed the reins over to the bowlers, who put in a fantastic performance, especially the spinners, which I'm sure we're going to.
I was going to say the tide turned when Tahir and Germany came in, and a commentator saying, "Why are you bringing the spinners in so early against a team from the subcontinent? It's like giving candy to children."
Yeah.
But
absolutely. I mean, the Sydney wicket was expected to take some turn, even though it started off in the first 5 or 6 overs really seeming all over the show. Morkel picked up a wicket early, as did Abbott. Steyn chipped in with a wicket as well. But then when they did introduce the spinners, Tahir and Germany, they got through 17 odd overs, took 7 wickets between them, which was amazing in this first innings. Obviously now the concern is that the Sri Lankan team, who have like 4 or 5 spinners, are going to get the same sort of turn. But when you're defending 133, it shouldn't be too difficult for AB's men to knock off the winning runs.
Just talking about Steyn, the wicket. I mean, he was the most economical of the bowlers. He just got 1 wicket. But we know how fired up he gets. I mean, his reaction to that was, I guess it was sort of set the tone.
Yeah, priceless reaction. Nice picture up on Sport 24. Should really check it out. He's now taken 10 wickets, and this is his 7th match. So probably not the return you sort of expect from a leading bowler like him. Just over a wicket and a half, so just under a wicket and a half per match. But apparently the selector's really thrilled with his economy rate, which is all important in ODI cricket. So he set the tone, got the early breakthroughs. Had Sangakkara, who was a danger man, on the back foot. He took, I think, 30 odd balls to score his first run. And then the spinners really took over, and I think once AB saw that the wicket was taking spin, he didn't mind bowling Tahir and Germany in tandem for 6 to 7 overs each.
I mean, Sangakkara being the standout batsman, we know he's the danger man, as well as Joe Wardner, who was out for 4. Sangakkara 45 off 96 deliveries, so the guys really had them by the throats.
Yeah, Sangakkara's stroke rate probably the lowest he's ever had in his career. He's coming off 4 centuries in a row. 45 runs, still not a bad return. That's higher than most averages in ODI cricket. Jai Warden, a little bit sad for him. 4 runs, likely to be his last ever ODI, so quite emotional there. But he was picked up by Tahir as well, so South Africa won't be too worried about the fact that he won't be featuring again for Sri Lanka. But Sangakkara was the key man. Sri Lanka have a fantastic record when he gets past 20 runs even. They win, I think, 75% of their matches. But I don't think on this occasion, his 45 off 90 odd balls, like you say, will be enough to deny AB's man victory.
So Garen, all evidence suggests that the Proteas should reach that quite comfortably. But as we know, it's a knockout game in a World Cup.
Yeah.
How do you see the guys going in second innings?
It's a perfect opportunity for obviously Quinton de Kock who has had a poor tournament to date. He's only got past 10 runs once in this tournament against UAE, which obviously aren't a well-known cricketing nation. But he's got time now to play himself in. I don't think 133 will be an obstacle that the Proteas won't overcome. But there are bound to be a few hiccups along the way. I don't think we're going to get there without losing a wicket or 2, maybe even 3 or 4. The wicket is taking spin. I think Sri Lanka will probably open with spinners and bowl them pretty much throughout the innings, put as much pressure as they can, as many men inside the ring to deny the Proteas easy singles. But I think we will get there and then move on to the semi-finals, and obviously wait for Saturday's results between New Zealand and the West Indies to see who we actually play in the semi-finals.
Okay, Garen, thank you. We'll talk to you in a couple of hours, hopefully with a Proteas win.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nick.